I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin. In this video, we're going to have a look at the World Wide Web land. If it's interesting to join this metaverse, what the opportunities are, and everything you have to consider. On the first look, obviously, I'm always skeptical of everything open. I don't like that 2D vibe that much. The arcade old school style is not really for me. However, they appear to be operational. You can already start playing. They have different NFT collections out. So of course, I'm looking to acquire more land plots. Is this a viable investment opportunity for me or not? That's what I want to answer in this video. So let's explore, let's see what they have done so far. They have the land sale on OpenSea. It's currently ranking number 5 for the last 7 days in terms of volume, over 600 Ethereum traded. Definitely seeing quite a gain. 2 Ethereum floor, 5,000 holders out of 10,000 items-ish. Loaded up, as you can see. They are apartments, and then it basically goes from small apartments to medium apartments. You have large apartments and then penthouses. So those are the actual lands available in the World Wide Web land. World Wide Web is an interoperable pixel art MMORPG metaverse, giving utility to popular NFT projects. The game uses NFT for in-game avatars, pets, lands, items, and quests deployed with a build-first mentality by a group of crypto-native game developers, artists, coders, marketers, rapidly pushing out new technologies and applications. I'm not too much of a fan, as I said before, about what it looks like, the art. I'm more a fan of like the more detailed metaverses, which I assume, I'm not a developer, also take more time to develop, right? Just that taken into consideration. If you see what this looks like, because they're basically hopping around, I would say it's quite a cheap look and perhaps also easier to develop because of that. But I'm not sure. That's just what I feel like, right? So basically, this is their white paper. They go basically over what it looks like. You have all the people here. There's actually a live website you can access. I haven't looked at this before. It's loading. So you can play as your favorite pixel art. You can use your other NFT collections they leverage and they integrate with that. So that's definitely quite cool. And they basically have also quite a unique white paper. I have never seen this layout before, but they have a roadmap, release, smart contract integrations, integrated projects, and then basically they go over everything that is available. This is still loading, but you can see that this is what it looks like. It's basically with the text as well, so that's definitely, can I move, or how does this work? You need to click to move, something like this. But yeah, it's definitely really old school feeling to it. I'm not going to dive too much into that. I'm basically looking for the investment opportunity, right? Not to play this game. I'm comparing all the different land options available on OpenSea, and I want to know if World Wide Web, which apparently has quite a demand, is interesting to consider. When we look over the all-time levels, then it basically released in end of November last year, so basically when the end of the crypto gaming bull run, at about 0.3 on the floor. Then it had a slow period here, 0.5, so it did hold its value quite well. We see a 2 Ethereum floor right here, dropping down, going up again. We saw the highest bid floor level, at least the floor price, sitting at 21st of February, 4.26 Ethereum, and then moving slowly down again. So there is, these are offers. Let's move to the sales. So there's quite a large amount of sales. So the last couple of days, the traction is definitely back. Basically, a lot of people buying small apartments, some buying medium. So the question is, what are the floors for each of these? So the small apartments, there are 5,000, medium apartments 3,000, large apartments 1,000, and the penthouses, there are 69. So we'll go for the buy now. And the medium apartments coming down to about 2.66, so that's definitely not too bad. When we switch to the large apartments, that's almost double, 5.6. So that's definitely the increase right there. And there's a very little amount of penthouses, and there are 60. So the last one got sold for 48 Ethereum, 34 Ethereum. So definitely this one did a good flip. This one bought it for 5 Ethereum. That's crazy. But that was also 4 months ago. So basically at the complete beginning. And that's what you usually see with these land plots. The people that diamond hand these kind of things from the beginning, they tend to do quite well overall. And I'm not saying in any way or form that you should diamond hand NFTs, because that's not my strategy at all. I most often more flip these things. However, it is something to consider when you do look at them, right? Because the highest returns are made once you get there as early as possible, basically. One interesting thing I always like to look at is obviously the roadmap, right? So as you can see, the roadmap is not up to date. So they used to check off items that were done, but they stopped doing that in November 2021. Which doesn't give me a good feeling. You know, they have a lot of traction in OpenSea. It's a very, very little task to check off these checkboxes on your roadmap. And it gives investors a good feeling that you're basically up to date with what you're doing. They definitely have an alpha of a game coming in their metaverse, so they are going for a battle royale style PvP with mintable items, guild integration, so they're definitely looking for the bigger opportunity, which might mean that this is still at the very early stage, right? There's a January roadmap right here, which is apparently a lot more detailed. Open, okay, so these are basically the deadlines. But January has already passed, so I would like to see like an April roadmap if that is available, or something like this. I'm not too sure if that is actually available. They have avatars, they have a Genesis land mint. So here's the, okay, so that's quite interesting. You have the prices here as well. So 0.06 for the actual small apartments. That was the mint price, so we can see what the returns are like so far. So the returns are really good. 0.12, so penthouse 1 ETH, ridiculously good returns from the mint. When the mint happened was obviously 5 months ago. You can see here again, as with most land NFT projects, the holding period is between 3 and 6 months to see decent returns, right? When I say decent, I mean 2 to 20x. 2x, in my opinion, already a good return on holding for a relatively short amount of time. When we look at the NFTs, however, this is not the only thing that they have. They also have other NFT collections where they are basically the usable elements inside. So they have crypto weebs. These are the unique and crypto girlfriends. The first NFTs launched by WorldWide Webb in March 2021. Both collectibles are unique one-of-one in-game characters. So they are quite expensive, 9 floor. There's only 65 owners. And these are 13 owners, 17 items, 69 floor. So there's only 2 for sale, basically. Definitely not interested in any of that. It's basically more for the early backers and for the people that really see this as their #1 favorite project, which is definitely not me. WorldWide Webb items, so the items usable in the metaverse, starting at about 1.8 Bitcoin badge, Ethereum badge, there is a discard ball, there's a variety of different options here. So 4 different ones, the Ethereum board, Ethereum badge, these should have utility inside. 1.8 Ethereum floor. I think once you have a land, you might as well want to pick up something like this. But I have not seen, which I think is important, a way to monetize the land so far. So if you are on the actual NFT land side of things, are you able to monetize it right now, or will you have to wait longer, that is? So apartment builders, they're very much focused on the in-game elements of everything, which I do think is obviously quite important. But in general, we would also like to see, because they don't post that often, right? This is the last couple of days, so there are quite some posts. but it's not really, it's more about the in-game content, definitely, which is I mean, fine in general. I would also like to see some updates in regards to whatever they have going on, or if they have nothing going on, I mean, they're doing the right thing by continuously pushing updates about the game. I think that is, apart from the roadmap in terms of investment updates, the most important thing, right? You want to be working or watching from the sideline how they develop it. So to be fair, I'm actually going to change my opinion a little bit. The updates seem to be tremendous, right? Every single day, every other day, they push half a dozen announcements in terms of different updates about the game, screenshots, retweets on big joiners. So definitely extremely engaged in terms of what they're actually building. So definitely quite bullish looking on that. So although I know I mentioned I don't like this project that much because of the art, I might tend to change my opinion a little bit right now, which is fine. I mean, that's all part of the game. When you look at the team, there's basically 3 main guys involved. They're Twitter linked, portfolio linked, Thomas Webb. If that's his actual name, that would be so cool. If it's like web.game, WorldWide Webb, and his name is actually Thomas Webb, that would be really cool. If that would be the case. I assume under the jobs they are actively hiring, yes, and they are actively hiring a bunch. Located in London, as you can see, everything basically on the London side of things. So they're definitely going for the growth, which I do agree would be the best thing. And basically for me it comes down to the white paper. Of course, in this small update video I don't have time to review the white paper. When I review the white paper, I always like to make a research report, which takes about 60 to 90 minutes, going through the entire white paper and seeing what the opportunities are. And I will do that 100% on this WorldWide Webb land in a separate video. For now, I'm not too convinced. They only have 4 types of land. There's nothing about the monetization of the land. So maybe I should open their Medium, which is my last opportunity basically, but there's no Medium link. So I don't think they have a Medium. They have Twitter and Discord. So usually the announcements are made. So it definitely looks like a smaller team. That's not a problem. It definitely looks at a cheaper metaverse. Doesn't mean it's less profitable for investors. It just looks like a smaller size projects relative to the other lands available on OpenSea currently. So if you are a smaller investor, in my opinion, this might be an interesting project to have a look at. For bigger investors like myself, I don't think this is as interesting, but maybe I'm a little bit biased based on what they have provided so far. I will conclude my opinion once I've done the full research report, but for now I'm going to pass on WorldWide Webb land. This is everything in this video. Do you think I'm making a mistake? Do you know something that I don't know? Of course, I'm always looking to learn more about these projects. Feel free to drop your information in the comments down below, what you think about WorldWide Webb land and everything, the utility that it has that I might have skipped in this video. So I'll make sure to have a look at that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.